Most men don't realize this until it's too late. The moment you seek approval, you surrender power, quietly, completely, and forever. No one warns you about this growing up. They teach you to be polite, to fit in, to be liked, but they never tell you the cost. This chapter reveals the first and most dangerous illusion men live under. By the end, you will understand why approval feels safe and why it is the fastest way to become invisible. From the moment you could speak, you were trained to want approval. A smile from your parents meant you did something right. A frown meant you failed. At school, praise became currency. Good grades, good behavior, good silence. You learned fast. Being liked meant safety. Being accepted meant reward. And rejection? Rejection felt like being pushed out into the cold, so you adjusted. You softened your voice. You hid your anger. You learned when to laugh, when to stay quiet, when to agree, even when something inside you said no. Approval became a shield. It kept you from being judged, from being alone. But no one told you that shields get heavy, and no one told you that the more you carry it, the less you can move. Machiavelli saw this clearly. He understood something most men never question. Power does not respond to approval. Power responds to certainty, to action, to control. The man who seeks approval is never fully present. His mind is split in two. One part wants to act, the other asks permission. What will they think? Will this upset them? Will I lose respect? These questions run silently in the background of his life, and every time they appear, they slow him down. Hesitation is invisible, but it is deadly. It shows up as missed chances, as words swallowed, as decisions are delayed until the moment passes. Over time, hesitation becomes a habit, and habit becomes identity. You start living a life of almost. Almost spoke up. I almost took the risk. Almost became someone stronger. Look at history, not the stories they clean up, but the raw moments. The men who changed the world were rarely approved of when it mattered most. They were doubted, mocked, fears. When Julius Caesar crossed the Rubicon, Rome did not applaud. They panicked, they resisted. They called him reckless, but Caesar understood a brutal truth. Waiting for approval would have meant surrender. The moment demanded action, not permission. And history followed the man who moved, not the crowd that judged. Machiavelli warned that the desire to be liked turns leaders into servants. A servant waits to be told he's doing well. A ruler decides what must be done and accepts the cost. Approval feels like a connection, but it is not the same thing. Connection strengthens. Approval restrains. Approval is a leash you can't see. It tightens every time your instincts pull you forward. It tugs you back into line. It forces you to explain yourself to people who don't carry your risks, your losses, or your consequences. And the cruelest part? The more you chase approval, the more it runs from you. People sense need. They may not say it out loud, but they feel it. Need makes others uneasy. It signals weakness, uncertainty, dependence, and humans rarely respect what depends on them. So the man who seeks approval works harder for less. He gives more and receives less. He explains himself more and is trusted less. Over time, something breaks inside him, not all at once, quietly. He starts doubting his own instincts. He waits for signals before acting. He measures his worth by reactions instead of results, and slowly, without noticing, he disappears behind the version of himself others accept. Machiavelli captured this with a cold clarity when he warned that a man who builds his strength on goodwill builds on sand. Sand shifts. Sand collapses under pressure. Power demands stone. The stone is solid. Stone does not ask permission to exist. This is not about becoming cruel. It is about becoming grounded. The world does not reward men who need reassurance. It rewards men who can stand alone in their decisions, even when misunderstood, even when disliked, even when isolated. Approval comforts the weak parts of you, but it starves the strong ones, and the longer you cling to it, the harder it becomes to let go. Because letting go means facing a truth most men avoid. If you stop seeking approval, some people will leave. Some will judge, some will resist. But those people were never following you. They were holding you in place. This is the awakening, and it is uncomfortable by design. You are not losing connection. You are shedding dependency. Approval did not protect you, it delayed you. Power begins the moment you stop asking the world who you're allowed to be. And once you see the chain, you cannot unsee it. Approval feels safe, but it quietly drains power. From childhood, men are trained to trade instinct for acceptance, strength for comfort. Machiavelli warned that those who depend on being liked become servants to opinion. This chapter marks the awakening, the realization that seeking approval is the first chain you must break if you want power.